It's all bullshit. And I want you to listen to me very, very carefully. Very carefully. Trump is going to make us the crypto capital of the world, and he's going to send crypto. It's not going to happen on your time, but it's going to happen in due time. Now, here's where I want you to get a pen and paper out. Very important. Listen, there is no money in the system. We're a debt-based society. Somebody's winning, somebody's losing. It's that simple. The energy just transfers back and forth. So on this channel, what we do is we teach you how to be stoic. We teach you how to be calm. We teach you how to take the middle ground and get out of the get rich quick mentality. If you study history at a very deep level, you will see the patterns have always been the same. In the Roman days, they were clipping coins. The first annuity was created. The wealthy have always done it different than the middle class and the working class. The energy transfers from the working class and middle class, liquidity gets sucked out, makes them wealthier, and they do the opposite of everything that most people are doing. So what you're seeing is a systematic shift in your financial system from inflationary to deflationary. The energy is transferring. So the thing you now need to pay attention to is interest rates. It's that simple. When Jerome Powell is forced to lower interest rates or is let go, they are going to turn the printing machine back on, and it's going to pump a shitload of liquidity into the system. And where is the money going to go? Remember, there's no real money. The energy just has to move in this bubble of a debt-based society. The energy will transfer into deflationary assets, Bitcoin, gold, silver. That's why Bitcoin's been holding. It did very, very well during this volatility. So don't get played. Okay. And on this channel, I only share with you exactly what I'm doing. I'm not qualified to tell you what to do, but I am qualified to tell you exactly what I'm doing. Nobody's qualified to tell you what to do. Everybody's in a completely different situation. What you should be doing is studying, implementing. Here's something that's very important. Write this down. I learned this from a very powerful person, Chase. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. There's a lot of people out there with PhDs, with doctorates, with financial advisor certificates that are telling you what to do, but they actually don't do it. Let that sink in. All right, so let's dive right in. And I do apologize. I hope that the internet we're having major internet issues here. So I do apologize about the choppy video yesterday. We are working on a solution right now for that. Okay. So what we're going to walk through on this channel is I'm going to walk through facts, figures, numbers, logic. On the back end of every video, I share with you exactly what we do, which I think is the most important part because I want to build a relationship of authenticity with you guys. And then I share the resources to keep you safe because we don't invest people's crypto. We don't have a trading platform and QSF accounts or a scam. Okay. So I share with you exactly where to find us. So David Schwartz posted this yesterday. So the old regime is absolutely panicking right now. Like they are panicking. They are losing grip of the old system. Okay. Trump is bringing us into a new Aquarian system. That's all that's happening, guys. And it has to happen. Okay. The energy is going to burst. You can't keep printing money. You can't keep having a debt-based society. You have to transmute into deflationary society. We're moving. 1971 was the big shift. Okay. 1967 to 2017 was the 50-year jubilee. 2017, they were like, it's speculative crypto. They're pushing us away from it as they're transitioning us into cryptocurrency. Okay. So David Schwartz laughed at this. He said, I laughed at this. So the European Central Bank, so that would be Christine Lagarde, warns Trump's pro-crypto stance could trigger financial contagion that may destabilize Europe's economy, according to Politico. The ECB fears that the surge in US-backed stablecoins could lead to high flight of European capital to the US. Of course, we're moving out of your old, archaic, unethical. Oh, we're not going to get into that. But yes, it is going to destroy the system. It is going to rebalance the system. Let's put it that way. Stuart Aldery pushed this out. Excuse me. He said, "Great minds. Well, at least one for sure. His." It says the SEC chair, Paul Atkins, on Tuesday called it a new day at the Wall Street regulator in his first public remarks. Stuart Aldry on 410 posted, "It's a new day." Guys, it's here. Now, this is the thing that we've been teaching for a long time. We became millionaires in crypto, not by chasing candles. Okay. We watched the energy transfers. Everybody ran from crypto. We went deep into fundamental cryptos. As everybody came in to get rich quick, we were selling our cryptos. When we sold our cryptos, we diversified into things that have been here forever. And we have life insurance, you have precious metals, you have real estate, you have businesses, right? We diversified across different platforms, we created cash, and then we reallocated back into deflationary assets because this is what's happening. Just in, Standard Chartered Bank says Federal Reserve independence concern could send Bitcoin to record high. They expect 200,000 by the end of the year. Okay. Bitcoin and XRP are going to be number one and number two. Now, as you're running from crypto and you're panicking about crypto and your friends are telling you that it's going to go to zero, Fidelity, BlackRock, ARK Investment, Bitwise are all buying Bitcoin right now. Okay. So are you going to listen to your friend at the barbershop or your friend at the gym or your buddy at the barbecue that has never even invested, is in a job with a 401k that is probably going to retire with $250,000? Are you going to follow Fidelity, BlackRock, ARK Investment, Bitwise, Ray Dalio, Robert Kiyosaki? The richest people in the world are transmuting their energy into a deflationary asset, which is Bitcoin. And I'm using XRP as well. Okay. So I'll leave you guys with two things here.
Welcome back. Not a lot of green on the screen today, as you know. However, you probably didn't look at Bitcoin. Tanea McKeel did, and she's here. It's up 3%. What do you make of the way that this has been trading? It's decoupled, obviously, from the NASDAQ, which was a trend for a while. How do you see it?
Something that people were looking for all month, because if you go back to earlier this month, it really was trading in line with stocks. It just was not seeing the big, pops and drops that one we're used to seeing out of Bitcoin, and two, it is outperforming the S&P. It has not really caught up with gold, the leading safe haven. But I think you are seeing evidence, not just. I think that the obvious and easy narrative would be that we're talking about Fed independence today. So Bitcoin is kind of acting as that hedge against, political uncertainty. But I also think that it's not just enthusiasm; it's also exhaustion. You're seeing people, investors wanting to, get back into risk, but just maybe not the type of risk that's tied to.
So Bitcoin, what I wanted you to get out of that is Bitcoin is holding, guys. It is holding very, very well compared to when the stock market went down. I think it's starting to stabilize a little bit because we're starting to see these big asset managers go into it. I'm going to show you tomorrow how the OCC made a full announcement saying, hey, guys, you're good. Banks, you're good. You can custody crypto now. Come on in. Let's go. The very bankers that told you to run from crypto are now going to be asking you to custody your crypto at the bank. It's going to take time. You have time, right? We're in speculation and regulation now. We're going to go into adoption. We still have adoption. And then we have tokenization. There's going to be phases of tokenization. The next 6 years is so important. I want to share this with you guys. Just in, Trump media signed an agreement with Bitcoin and crypto exchange, crypto.com. I'm a big fan of CRO. I'm a huge fan of crypto.com. I own quite a bit of CRO. And lastly, I'll leave you with this. I want to share with you. I'm going to keep sharing this on every video now because these scammers are out of control. Okay. We do not invest people's crypto. We do not have a trading platform. QFS accounts are a scam. They're using my likeness and image. I don't care if it ruins my videos because I want to keep you guys safe. Please spread the message. I'm not DMing you. I'm not asking about your crypto. Never, ever, ever send people your crypto. Okay. These are the only resources we have in the description of this YouTube video. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're on my Twitter, click the link in my bio. Okay. Coach JB _. Or if you're on TikTok watching this, if you click any of the links in my bio, these are my only resources. I own all of these or I'm partnered with them. Okay. And everything that I talk about is something I do myself. The first thing that you'll see is my Warrior Guide to Financial Freedom. It's my exact pattern on what I do. It's a completely free download book. Okay. If you'd like to come hang out with me, we have the Revive Retreat, which is our spiritual retreat that's coming up here soon. Those tickets are selling out fast. We have the Coach JV Academy. subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision creation, market calls, live calls. You're actually on calls with us live where we're tapping in and tuning in. If you need extra support, you can do a live workshop with me, Coach JV, where I take you through step by step on exactly what I do. I also own my own insurance brokerage where we teach people cash value life insurance, annuities, tax-free retirement. We can walk you through understanding retirement strategies. That is an absolutely free consultation. You'll never send my team members money directly. You'll never send any of my team members money directly. I'm also part owner of Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. It is not an investment. It is a tracking mechanism for put all your exchanges in one place. It also helps you set up an exit strategy. So here, I want to give you something for free. I have a free book. You also can download a free exit strategy and learn how to do it. I also have a men's program where I help men get their shit together. Okay, these are all my ecosystems. I have a clothing line, which is my Refined Integrity clothing line. And if anybody would like any media request for podcasts, things like that, there you go. Okay, so here's exactly what I do. I repeat the same thing on every video because it's very important. As things change, I will share that with you. Bitcoin is my gold. I hold Bitcoin forever. Okay, that's one of my banks, and I use insurance as a bank. Okay, I don't store my cash in the banks. We have enough to pay our bills, our businesses, things like that, and emergencies. But my cash is stored in Bitcoin and insurance. That's what I do. Okay, Bitcoin, I'm never selling. I will leverage against my assets tax free. Okay, just like I told you guys, I borrowed against my Bitcoin. I transmuted that into buying my general agency, my insurance agency. I went from an IMO to buying my own agency. It just worked better for me. IMOs are fantastic way to run a business, very low risk. I wanted to hold all the risks, so I started my own agency. The agency is paying off that loan. That's an example of transmuting richest man in Babylon, borrowing, buying something that generates cash, pay it off. Now I multiplied my money. Okay. With all other cryptocurrencies, I use the risk pyramid. When I profit from the 50%, I take 50% off the top. I bring it down the risk pyramid. I index about 30% of my wealth into insurance, a little bit of precious metals. Okay. We have businesses, we have cash generating businesses, and I have a dividend ETF strategy I use that pays me monthly. But what I do is I de-risk back into Bitcoin and XRP. I believe they're going to be here forever. I believe they're a deflationary asset that's going to change the world. That's what I believe. Okay. That's what I'm doing. I also am now getting into real estate because I need tax liabilities. That's my next game. You know, we've done all the tax strategies. We've done the, tax liabilities, the company vehicles, things like that. Then we did layering, we did the S Corp, now we're learning about, I did the Augusta rule, all these different things, Rockefeller waterfall system. But now I need real estate. Okay. So I'm learning that part of the game. And when I learn that, I'll come back and teach what I know and what I'm doing. So that's something that I pride myself on is I'm only going to speak about things that I'm doing or things that we put our money into, because that's very important. Again, I'll leave you with what I said. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. Like, let that sink in. Okay. I pride myself on only speaking about things that I actually do, or I'm actually have my money where my mouth is. I think that's very important because listen to me. We're in the area of authenticity. You're going to see people who are not fully authentic and people who are not practicing what they preach get exposed. We are in that era. So dive in, tap in. God, family, protect your ecosystem at all costs and stay out of other men and women's business because you're too busy working on yours, and get your shit together. Okay. I love you guys. Warriors. Just get your shit together.